All right, please, without wasting time today, I'll give the mic to my co-host to quickly greet us, tell us briefly about ourselves, why we will start today's topic. Zainab, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so sorry my mic was not on this
Afternoon.
time. Good afternoon, Grandpa. Good
And we can't
afternoon.
see your face too.
Can you see? Okay, you can see my face.
No, we can't. All right, just proceed, but we
Really?
can't see you.
Okay, what's going on? Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Grandpa. Good afternoon, Ma'am Gracie. Okay, Grace. Good afternoon, Ma'am
Good
Toyin.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Njoko.
Good
I want to pronounce that Reke, but I don't know. I hope I pronounced it well. If I
You
did
got
not,
it. You
Yes,
you got
yes.
it perfectly, man.
Which of
Good
the
oh,
names
afternoon.
I will help you to? I will teach you how to pronounce. Which of the names?
You got it.
thank
Reke
you
Honestly,
so
Reke.
much.
Sorry, every time I see your name, Reke, every time I see your name on LinkedIn, I say, I hope I will not murder this name.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Reke Reke. I
Oh,
can wake up and call it in my dream now. It's a beautiful name.
What's the
honestly,
meaning?
very, very unique. Yes.
Yes, it is. What's the meaning?
Okay, Mami Joku, what's
What's the meaning of your name? Are you
the meaning of
Igbo?
your name?
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Sakorodi. Good day, everyone.
Yeah, good
My
afternoon.
Mrs. Grace, welcome, Mrs. Toyin, and Sir Godwin. Thank you. Okay. It is pronounced this way: Reke Reke, Reke Reke Njoku.
Okay, you're sounding like
And okay, it's an Igbo name anyway, or precisely. It means something that is special, unique, something that is unique, special. I mean, it has no value. You can't just place a value on it. So that's what it means. It's a unique, so precious that you can't even place a value on it. So that's what it means. Thank you, ma'am.
that
The name
that's
is truly precious. And
the
it's
name is
highly unique.
actually very unique, honestly. And
The
it's
network is very poor, and because I want to learn the meaning because it's not it's a unique name like you said. It's how can I call it? It's not
not
it's
common.
a coined name from your parents and or from your neighbors. You know, I'm trying to
No.
get it.
So it
Pardon?
said the meaning of the name is something that is invaluable, something that you cannot place a price on,
Yes,
something that is
yes.
very,
Invaluable.
very
Okay.
It
Okay.
wasn't
so that is
common.
the name. Thank you so much,
Special
Mama, for
and
It
unique
wasn't
educating.
coined.
too.
Okay, special and unique.
God bless.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Mama.
Thank God for
Okay.
that.
It's a delight to be in front of you, to be with you this afternoon. I am so excited. Permit me to introduce myself. My name is Zainab Akorede. I am a public speaker. I'm a communication enthusiast. I help people to overcome the fear of public speaking, whether you're a professional, a corporate professional, a teacher. I help people to overcome the fear of getting up on stage. That is what I do. So if you need to host an event, whether virtually or physically, you can call me. You need to do your book launch, I'm available. You want to do training, group training, personal training, I am here. So anything regarding events, public speaking, please call me. Okay. So today is not really about me, it's about the topic and you, our VVIPs and our special guest of honor. So thank you so much once again for doing this with us this afternoon. Okay, can I go ahead with my explanation about the topic, or I'll do that later?
I didn't get you.
Go ahead and let's
Okay,
go.
am I? All right, all right. The topic before us this afternoon is the dietary habits that can alleviate the symptoms of menopause. This is a very powerful topic, honestly. And I would like to appreciate Romoke Olisa for coming up with this particular initiative that brought about this topic. You know, a lot of women out there, they're suffering from this. In fact, almost everybody, virtually every woman see menopause stage as like a disease, a stage where they begin to reduce their productivity level, reduces, they're experiencing mood swings and a lot of other things. So it's conceived as a disease-like stage, and it is not. It's a phase that every woman would eventually pass through. So having the right information about dietary habits that you can actually take, that you can actually start imbibing from now, from before you even start getting to that, getting those symptoms, is very, very, very key. This information is golden, honestly. So I want to say thank you so much, Mama Moke, for the initiative. And permit me to welcome our guests. The both of them, Grandpa, always coming through with value. Thank you so much for always, sir. God bless and honor you. God continue to replenish your source of knowledge. And Mom Injoku, Reke, it's really a delight to meet you. This is the first time we are, I think, having a conversation, and I am so excited to meet you. Thank you so much. And my back to Romoke to do the honors of inviting our speakers upstage. I'd like to say a thing or two about menopause. Personally, as a woman, when I think of menopause, I'm like, okay, at that stage, maybe my memory level would have reduced. Okay, I'll be having body pains and all of that. My knees would not work fine again. You know, that is the general impression that women have about menopause. It's a stage where you're almost sick always, and it is actually not supposed to be, right? And I am glad that we are bringing this to limelight today. I'm not an expert, but I know that the cause of menopause is because there is a decline in a lot of hormones that has to do with reproduction in women. Okay, permit me to just summarize it like that. Okay, so if there are dietary habits that one can imbibe that will actually balance these hormones and reduce the effect of these symptoms, honestly, I would say this event should even be paid, because this information is what almost everyone needs. If whether you're a man, you must have a woman in your life. It's either your mother, your wife, or your sister, or even your children. So giving them this information right from the early stage, let them know what to do, what to eat and what not. It helps, because it is like our last topic that talked about I think foundation dietary habits. Once something is a part of you, nobody will force you to do it, and it continues to improve your health in a way. So thank God that we have experts in the house to do justice to this topic. I'm ranting, so I would have to stop here so that I can give them the room to actually do justice to the topic as expected. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me. I am so delighted to be here once again. So if you have not yet shared this event, kindly share on your status. Share on your for people, more people join us. And then have your writing materials ready. I have mine here already because I don't want to lose this value. I'm not entering menopause anytime soon, but I want to have the value ready at hand anytime I need it. So thank you so much, everyone. And I hand over the mic to you, Ma'am Romoke.
Thank you so much for that introduction. We are happy to have you too. And then you said a lot. And I'll start with these misconceptions about menopause and how people actually view it, and the real fact about it, so that as we are going on with the event, we get to know these things from the root and then people's perspectives about it. Some of the myths about menopause is like you said that is a disease. The fact is, menopause is a natural biology process. It's not a disease. It's something that our body must go through. It is normal for it to occur in every woman and every man, which their own is actually called andropause. So this event is not actually for women alone. It is for both women and men, because the truth is a lot of people see menopause as women thing. Like men don't go through that. Men don't have to worry about it. Even people, so many health providers, they don't talk about men from stage, what they go through, what they should have done better, how they can manage these symptoms. So we are going to be talking about both women and men about how to manage these symptoms with natural foods today. Another misconception about it is, like I said, men also go through this. They say andropause is not a real condition in men. And the fact is, it is. It is a real condition which it is characterized by the decline in their testosterone. When their testosterone level begins to decline, at that stage, they are in transition to their own andropause. A lot of men, they don't know this, and they don't know how to prepare for this, what they can do differently to help themselves in this situation. Another misconception that I would like to mention is the people always say you can't do anything about these symptoms. When it comes, and then you take it like that. No. The fact is, there are a lot of things that lifestyle change can help you with this condition. When the transition is starting, what can you do to manage it well? What are the things that you are expected to eat? What are the things that you are expected not to eat in order to be able to manage the symptoms and live your best life? So talking to an expert, going for exercise, managing your stress level, significantly improve your way of life. As in, you will live normally, like that symptoms is not even coming for you. Like you have fortified yourself in which that symptoms will not affect you. Another misconception I will quickly mention again today is people always say you have to suffer it in silence. You don't need people to hear. This thing is normal. People can look at you like a sick person. The truth is you don't. You don't have to live with it in silence. It's something that you need to get good information about, know how you can manage it, know what works for you. Please talk to an expert. A health provider can help you, guide you on what to do about it. And a dietitian can also come in and help you to know how you can naturally manage these symptoms to live your best life. The last one on my list about this misconception is people always talk about when you can't exercise by the menopause because you're already in pain. What's the point of the exercise? The fact is, you actually need that exercise more when you are in that transition level. So moving your body, a lot of people, they have this feeling like when they say exercise, you have to go to gym before you can achieve it. And the truth is, it is not. There are so many exercises you can do at the comfort of your home. There are so many exercises you can actually achieve even by doing what you like, by dancing, it's an exercise, by you singing, moving your body and all that. It's part of an exercise. By strolling, as in, even if you're not going far, even within your compound, count your steps and all that. These things count as exercise. But so many people, they think when they talk about exercise, they have to eat the gym before they can actually achieve. And the truth is, it is not. There are so many things we can do differently from the comfort of our home and achieve these things seamlessly. Now, when we talk about the natural foods that can help us to elevates these symptoms. Like, make it look as if we are not actually going through that symptoms. It is very, very possible. In menopause, we have these natural transitions, like Zainab has mentioned earlier, that brings about significant hormone imbalance, or we can say hormone shifts, in which this is a time that things are changing from our system. It is often accompanied with some difficult symptoms, like uncomfortable symptoms. But it is good to seek natural approach to manage it. The reason is you will not want to live your life, the rest of your life from that stage, as in depending on synthetic products. Because the good thing, the truth about it is, so many of them will help you cure or manage one thing while they are giving you the side effects on another. But why you need the natural approach is you don't have to worry about you getting the side effects of what you are eating or what you are doing. So when we look at it like, okay, it is something I need to achieve with natural food, you know, your mindset is already centered like, I am going for the healthy one. I'm going for the healthy choice. I am doing this the natural way to help myself not to depend on drugs. Because the truth is, so many people, they can go through this uncomfortable situation that may feel unbearable if they are not planning for it properly. You know, planning is key when we are talking about these stages. Like I said, it is normal. All women and men must go through it. And when we want to manage it, what are the things that we can do? The actual fact about this is that your diet plays a significant role to help you stay healthy during that transition level. It will help you to prepare your hormone to be able to fight for you. It's like when you already have the team of soldiers that are guiding your house. You know, you won't be afraid of someone coming. You won't be afraid of someone attacking you because you already have something that can help you stop them from actually getting to you. That is how our diet plays that significant role in order for us to fortify ourselves to face that level, that transition seamlessly and to live our best life. Now, let me quickly talk about what is menopause and andropause. While menopause is for women, it is characterized by declining in estrogen and it's progressed, leading to symptoms like hot flashes. Some feel these night sweats. Some feel mood swings. Some feel difficulty sleeping. Why some people feel vaginal dryness. For some people, they feel bone loss. And some other people, they might feel like they are getting more weight gain at that level. And while for men, which is called andropause, it's also involved resulting in decrease in testosterone level, which results to fatigue for some people, or decrease in libido, like having the urge to have sex with your partner, or erectile dysfunction. You can also, some men also go through mood swings and then muscle loss at that stage. Have you not seen that men have something on it, while women too have something on it? And when we now talk about perimenopausal symptoms, what are the signs? that we can actually look for to know that, okay, we are getting to that stage. We are now at the level which we have to prepare. You know, I always promote eating healthy. Grandpa always telling you, eat your food like medicine. So many other health professionals that actually believe in holistic approach will tell you to eat your food like a medicine so that you will not have to depend on medicine to survive. So while we have always been advocating for that, we can also look out for these symptoms in order to know that, okay, it's like I am now into this transition and I need to level up on what I eat and those things that can help me. What are those signs? Like I mentioned, hot flashes is there, night sweat, you will suddenly be feeling hot as in sweating profusely in the night, which is a sign that you are in transition to that level, menopause or andropause. The mood swings, which can actually happen to both men and women. You will suddenly be feeling irritable, you will be anxious, you can have anxiety, or you can even have depression if care is not taken. Another one is sleep disturbance, which is very, very common. A lot of people, they just fall into insomnia because of that, and they think it is normal, there's nothing I can do about it. There are lots you can do to help that situation. Another one is bone loss. Well, any small thing can result to you losing your bone because they can easily break at that level. I would like to introduce one of our speakers to answer one question that I have been pondering on so that we get to learn from her. I am talking about Mrs. Rekereke Njoku. She is someone that we can learn from, and I would like you to drop some emoji while I will be telling you a little about this woman. This woman that is about to take the stage, Mrs. Rekereke Njoku. She's an experienced educator. She has trained thousands of K-12 learners to achieve their goals. She's a credible holistic health content creator. She's a counselor. She coaches people and helps them to achieve their personal and business goals when it comes to health and wellness. She is into content creating. She helps with blog posts, ebooks, and then video content. She has a bachelor degree in chemistry, and she also has a master degree in educational psychology. I cannot see your emojis. I cannot see you being happy introducing this amazing woman. Please drop some emojis while we have her on the stage. Mrs. Rekereke Njoku, please. The mic is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the you did a nice job. Let me put it that way. Thank you, everyone. Welcome. Like I said earlier, I've seen a whole lot of people here. And welcome, my friend that introduced me to Mrs. Adeyemi Olisa. Okay, that's the Omowumi Aminat Afolabi. That was the person that introduced me to you or introduced you to me. You may not know. The one that...
That's great.
Thank you very much, everyone. God bless you. Okay, so we can start. Did I get your question?
Yeah, I have two questions for you actually. One of them is, what are some of the most challenging menopause symptoms you have witnessed or heard about? And the second is, what are some of the go-to healthy meals or snacks that can be helpful during menopause? I hope
Okay,
you get the question.
yes, ma'am. Okay, you have already explained in detail the meaning of menopause, perimenopause, and I just want to add something there. You really did a nice job. I didn't know you were going that way. Okay, you have made the journey to be like 60% done. You have already taken, like, you have helped me to achieve 60% of what I intended to do here. Thank you so much. God bless you. So, like she said, perimenopause comes up. It can come up earlier than expected, like 30, 35, you start seeing the symptoms and all that. So straight to her question without wasting our time. Okay. As the person, like, there's something I wrote on the social media recently, the experience I had when I was 44. I was just 44, and a whole lot of things were happening to my health. I have been somebody that loves natural, natural living, natural lifestyle, not really getting into chemicals and all that. That's been me. Maybe that was informed because my mom was very particular about what you eat. In fact, let me make you smile or laugh a little. My mom was that woman that would be cooking for us, and immediately she puts the vegetable into the pot. The food is done. Immediately she'll just bring it, and so she was that kind of a woman, and she was also a teacher. She was an educator. So maybe that informed it. And we also lived in a teacher's quarters where we had all manner of fruits. So you could climb, like some of us who were like behaving like tomboys. We would climb all the trees and get what we want. So we had all of them, the lemon, the orange, whatever. We had all of them. Okay, except if exotic fruits. So maybe that informed that. So when I was 44, I had an experience. I needed to travel to India precisely for not just a surgical procedure, excuse me, but multiple surgeries. So I had to research, and I read a whole lot concerning what I was going to face, because there in Nigeria, the doctors discovered that I had multiple fibroid, and not just that, it has also started affecting other things in my system. So they wanted the surgery here, but we were led by divine inspiration to move to India. So we went there. I was prepared. The gynecologist told me what I was going to face. And she told me that, look, we can also remove the ovaries. And that meant early menopause, or what they call surgical menopause. So I had prepared my mind for the worst. So we went, and after the whole surgery, they did a whole lot of surgeries. I mean, different types on this person. So immediately after that, this thing, the menopause, the first thing I noticed when I came back from the hospital to where we were staying, I started sweating in the night. I didn't really get it, like what's going on, but I knew that that was going to happen. But so eventually the whole thing started. The hot flashes, I started having a whole lot, and people tell me that they have insomnia, and I tell them that, look, menopause comes with different symptoms. It may not be, you may have all of them. You say mood swings, night sweats, hot flashes, anxiety, sleep problems, weight gain or slower metabolism, joint pain, body aches, brain fog, forgetfulness, vaginal dryness, or low libido. But what I experienced was, one, the hot flashes were something else. I mean, the body will be so hot inside, like your temperature is raised inside. And then I didn't really experience forgetfulness or brain fog. My memory is still intact. I experienced vaginal dryness, and I will tell you something. Maybe I will be answering everything together, maybe challenges and So for the vaginal dryness, somebody who was yet 44, you are still sexually active. The libido wasn't as it used to be. I mean, the sexual urge. And I know what it means in marriage and my husband understands. Anyway, we went together for the surgery. So he has been a very supportive person. So eventually what I now did, I looked at options because, marriage, when you are married, sex is not an option. It's something that keeps the marriage. It is spiritual. It is fellowship. So you have to keep to that. Whether the man is talking about is not talking about, that it is what should be done. So what do you do as a menopausal woman at this point in time? So I looked at any healthy option. Personally, I now looked at coconut oil. I said, okay, that one can work. So, and it is okay. It is antibacterial and all that. So I had to opt for that. That is personal. I don't know what other people do, but when I restart it, I prepare my coconut oil so that I wouldn't have any contaminants and all that. So that's as far as that libido and vaginal dryness is concerned, and it has really helped. And the joint pain and body aches, I know that menopause comes with inflammation, pains and all that, joint pains and all that. But what happened was that before that, earlier, I had this issue of pain. Usually I have a little thing hits me on my bone. The pain will just be more than, you will be like, what happened? Is it that little thing that touched you? So I didn't really notice it in menopause. That's exactly what I want to say. But there was a little increase in pains here and there. Okay, and you know that you can take care of that with some natural pain relief, not pain reliever, so as in drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. No, that one is a no. Like on Saturday when we went for an event, and a friend of mine was teaching, so our big oga there, as in our pastor, big pastor, he's a medical doctor. So when the person talked about holistic health and all that, he stood up and endorsed everything the person was saying. So he said, yes, drugs, medicines are toxic, they are poisons. That was what a medical doctor said. He's my pastor. He said yes, they are. So let's go towards this end. So eventually you can use, for that one, you can use things like ginger, black seed oil. You can make your own black seed oil. If you want me to teach you, I can teach you. Okay, so those things are natural pain relievers. Okay, then weight gain. You can take care of weight gain through exercises. Like she said earlier, exercise is not when you go to the gym. You can do it around the house. I play ball. When I don't have time to, go for morning walk and all that, I play around in the house. I use my ball, I jump around, I do my press up and all that. But exercise for menopausal ladies or menopausal women should be weight-bearing exercises. Not that you got carry weight to. Something like, walking, things that will really make you to exert energy. You can do skipping, you can do, so that your body, because also it comes with palpitations. That's one of the challenges. Some women will not know. They say they are breathing fast. They say that their heart is skipping. Their heartbeat is not knowing that, this thing, it is part of the symptom of menopause, palpitation. It comes up, especially with what I have noticed, when the sweat wants to come out, as it is boiling inside to come out, I will begin to experience palpitation, and it comes with slight pain, and it will just pass on like that. It will not take, it might stay a few seconds. So take note of some of these things. These are the things I see. As for anxiety and mood swing, I don't give it a chance. I don't really give it a chance, maybe because of my spiritual and psychological upbringing. When such things come, I try to nip it in the bud. I use affirmation, I use scriptures, I move around. I do, I take a whole lot of deep breaths. Deep breaths are also, it is real. Some people think that deep breaths are not, they don't work. It's just that we want to talk. No, they work. Deep breaths, breathing deeply works. It relaxes practically it relaxes your muscles and eases the pain, So these are some of the challenges I have noticed. And then the skin trying to age faster than it ought to. So I have also noticed that. So what do you do, with these symptoms? I have talked a little about this. When you are losing water, you are losing water. So when we talk about hydration, if your hydration was like 60%, you just have to up it to like 90, 100. You have to be taking enough water because you're really losing water. You're losing water through sweat. It can be like another person. And what also I encourage people, always stay in an airy environment. Try as much as you can. Stay in an airy environment, a cooler environment. It doesn't mean you must be under AC. A cooler environment helps you also. And if you're a lady and you are used to maybe tying a headgear that is, tightly, you have to loosen up a bit. I'm not saying that you should open your hair if you're like someone that likes to tie your hair. You have to loosen up. Mrs. Olisa is smiling. Okay, you have to loosen up a bit so that you can have real fresh air going into your brain and into your head, and then blood circulation. Because when we talk about this brain fog and forgetfulness, if you so tie, I'm talking about something practical now. If you so tie your head so much, and let me show you something. Let me touch something. You see here, when you tie your scarf or your headgear, and you can't see me. Oh, sorry. So here, this point here, when you tie your scarf or your headgear, and you have a knot, most of us have a knot, usually have a knot here, sometimes. So here, when it presses, the vein there does not allow for blood circulation properly, and you might not know what is wrong with you. You just notice that, oh, my head is this, I'm not concentrating. But you don't know that the culprit is that ribbon or the knot you put here. So please, let's take note of that. I'm talking from practical experience. So let's go. So you have to also dress lightly. If you're that person that is feeling that hot, the sweat is coming and all that, please endeavor to wear lighter clothes. You notice that even when everybody is saying I'm feeling cold, you're not feeling cold at that point in time. So please try and dress lightly, okay? And always be in an airy environment if you can manage it. Try and be in an airy environment, you can manage it. I've talked about deep breathing. I've talked about drinking plenty of water, exercise gently too. And remember that your bones, like all those things we are talking about, pains, remember it is your muscles and your bones that are taking those problems because of the reduction of estrogen and the hormones that take care of your mood swing, your bone, your sometimes your mental health. Okay, mood swing is under mental health. So please, and what do you do in that challenge of the bone? Please, when we get to feeding, I'll talk about that one. When we talk about foods, I think I've talked about the challenges. Can I move on to you? Okay, there's something else. Hello, ma.
Yes, I said yes. You can move on to the next question. Thank you.
The next question is the snacks, meals you can take to help you during menopause. Number one is that you have to eliminate processed foods. Eliminate. Don't tell me reduce. Me, I don't like hearing that word reduce. I like to hear eliminate. Because if you can reduce, you can actually eliminate. Look at what I tell people. Some people will tell me, oh, it's so difficult to stop this. I eat bread so much, wheat bread. A cake is my go-to. Don't tell me that. Let me tell you something that will shock you or will make you to laugh. Someone, people who are in their menopause, the lady is older than me. I'm 55. I forgot to tell you, I will be 55 in June. Okay. So, but she is older than me, like 3 years older than me. So we were having a retreat and they were like holding biscuits and the other one should be around 60. And I was looking at them because they feel that my own is too much. I was like, what's going on here? Do you know what she told me? She said, look at how I do it. I will just take the biscuit and I will pray and I will tell the biscuit not to do the evil, but let that biscuit do the right thing for me. I will command the biscuit to do. I was like, are you kidding me? It looks so funny. How can you be eating poison and wanting to live? So don't be among those people. Is there a scam or a real scam be that one? Please. Okay. So don't say I can't do it. You can do it. And I would like, look at that thing as feces. If you look at it as human feces, and you look at it that this is poison, if you tell your mind, is a mind says something that this is poison. If I eat this thing, is poison. If I eat processed food, is poison. You will easily let go and look for healthy alternatives. It's as simple as that. So what are the things that can help you for your brain health, for your joint health? What can you do? Foods that are rich in omega-3. Omega-3 rich foods are very good for you. When we talk about that, we talk about fatty foods, sardine, we talk about mackerel. Some of the names we call them here, we call like Titus is common. There is an oily food. The kote too has some oil in it. The kote, that's what in this past, I stay in Lagos. So these are some of the names they call them here. But down there in the east, some of them call them shiny, some of them call them, different names. But let it be fatty fish. They are very good. Then seeds are very good. Chia seed, flax seed. You can add chia seed and flaxseed to your smoothie. You can add it to your oats and stuff like that. And you can even sprinkle it if you get the one that is not exposed. Some of us, we buy from the open market. So those ones, you can put them like while you're preparing your oats or while you're making at least, or what do you call it? Apart from the semo, other ones you prepare at home, like your guinea corn and all those stuff, you can add all these seeds there while blending, So, and walnut is also very, very good. If you look at the shape of our walnut, asala or okpa, the Igbos call it okpa, then the Yorubas call it asala. I don't know what the Hausas call it. Okay, so the asala or the okpa or walnut, even I have seen foreign walnuts, but you know that our own is okay. But the good thing about that foreign walnut is that it is there all seasons, but our own has a season. It's a seasonal fruit. Okay, that's very good. Then you have almonds. Almonds are there all seasons. You can always get them. The 100 grams, I don't know, over here, you can have 3,500, you can have 4,000. So you can, if you're not the type that wants to eat the nut, you can prepare it into almond milk. If anybody desires it, I will send it to the group, how to prepare it, okay? Then fiber-rich foods will take care of your weight and your digestion, your gut health. Don't joke with this. Don't say I don't like it. Just, take it whole grains like oats. And when you go for oats, please go for steel cut oat or rolled oat. Those ones are the best, not instant or quick oats. Those ones their fiber has been reduced a little. But if it is what you have, they still have fiber. Your oats, you can blend it and use it as swallow you can use as your breakfast cereal. Please forget about all these cornflakes, this one, that, all those things are not food. I mean, they are not food and they don't have fiber. Go for your beans. Beans is a complex carb, a complex carbohydrate. You know, when we were in primary school, they taught us that beans is protein. But we never knew that beans has like 70% of carbs. And then, but it's a healthy food. And then all these other ones like green beans, the different species of beans. We have some that are red. We have some that are, I don't know what they call them here, but you have a whole lot of varieties. Like you also have the bambara nut, what they call okpa, is also good. Is this thing is a whole carb, complex carb, sorry. Then fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables. These fruits, there are vegetables are very good for ladies. You have the broccoli, you have the you know, I never knew. I got broccoli abroad. I didn't know it was here in Nigeria. But it was when I now saw it here in Nigeria. I said, oh wow. Even the other one, I will remember, it is also a cruciferous vegetable. The other one that looks like broccoli. I will remember it. So those ones, they are very good. Carrots, take cucumber, take apples, take pears. But if you have issues with sugar, please step down on fruits that are, you know, because they have fructose, which is also sugar. So step down on them. Take more of vegetables. So that's good. Vegetables are more for healing than, you know, fruits, but just keep a balance. Then for your calcium, you know, for your bone strength, let me say something. I met a nurse, a registered nurse recently. So she was talking about menopause. She said that she prepared ahead of time and that's what made her to escape most of the symptoms. I was hearing that for the first time. So if you're younger here, your menopause is still far to come, please prepare ahead of time. Begin to prepare your body for this. Take these things as if you have already entered menopause. Please. See, she said she prepared ahead of time. And when you are taking, it's not every calcium or D3 that is good for you. Let me tell you an experience I had. When I came back from India, you know, after the whole thing, so the gynae told me, you're not going to use any hormone replacement therapy, because it causes cancer at the long run. You know, all these things, they will tell you, take this hormone, take this. She said it causes cancer at the long run. Madam, we are not going to give you any HRT. I said, fine. So I now had to start, you know, researching foods that I can take. So, calcium, but they gave me calcium there and D3. I think calcium D3. When I came home, I exhausted what I had. I went to the pharmacist to buy here. I think I bought calcium D3, not knowing that it was not good for me. So I was taking it. A sister who is also into holistic health now took my sample to check about calcium. She said, look, you don't have, I think that was when that thing happened, if I'm not mistaken. She said there is no calcium in you are lacking calcium. I said, but I've been taking. She said, no, your body is not absorbing it. It's not going into your body. So go for natural calcium. So at that time, I had to start using some other natural things. So please take note. Though the lady was talking about a particular calcium that was okay, but I know she's a medic now. So prepare your body. Take natural supplements if you can afford them. But take the food, them in the food form. God has already given them to us. Okay, then what are those things you can take? That remember, vitamin D, the best vitamin D you can get is sunlight. And we are blessed in Africa. In the morning, as the sun comes, come out of your house, in front of your house, or walk. That should be your time for morning walk. Take enough of it. Your skin needs it. And is absorbing, you're taking anything calcium. It is D3 helps calcium to be absorbed into the system. I repeat, vitamin D, D3 that we get from the sunlight, it helps the calcium to be absorbed into your system. Then we have leafy greens, kale, spinach, our green, shoko, the Igbos call it eriamiono. You be eating, you be licking your mouth. That's what they call it. They call shoko. Then you have the green vegetables, you have the bitter leaf, you have the blood tonic leaf. In fact, I use blood tonic leaf today to cook yam porridge. I mean, with it green and basil, African basil, to cook yam porridge today. So you can use any leaf. You can even use your the one they call hospital tufa, chaya. You can use all those things. Don't say it must be ugu or this and that. They are there. The ones you can take raw, you take them raw, like the lettuce and all that. Okay. So the green leafy vegetables, please, milk. What we have in Nigeria is I don't think it is milk. I'm telling us the truth. So, but if you live in the north where you can easily get fresh milk and take it, treat it yourself and take it, very, very good, you know. But what we have in Nigeria is hormone filled dairy products. So please go for your tiger nut milk. You can prepare your own yogurt. You can make your almond milk. Some people will tell us soya beans, but because of the things, controversy surrounding soya beans, I don't even know what to talk about soya beans. Though, it has a phytoestrogen. And some people will tell you that if a man taking it, it will start behaving like estrogen in your system. I wonder. But that's what people say. But I know it's a phytoestrogen. It is natural. So I wonder how it will now go and start behaving like the female hormone inside a man's body. So, but I know it is good. I know that it's good. But because of the controversies around it, I'm still, looking at it this way and that way. Okay, so snacks, what do you think? Snacks. People will tell you, I can't do it without taking at least my biscuit. And they scam. They will tell you that this is salted biscuit. It's common salt too. Common salt has its own wahala. Sea salt is better. So why not, even if you have an oven, even if you don't have an oven, why not improvise and bake what you want to bake? And stop all these fry things. So they are not good. You can always bake, your chicken, or you boil and do it the way it will be okay, or you improvise and bake. Okay, you can take your cucumber and your carrot, take your you can spice it up with cinnamon. You can even take cinnamon stick. While you're eating, you just take a little of it and add to what you're chewing, and you are good to go. Then you can have mixed nuts. You can buy nuts and stock them up and use them as your snacks, and then stop the cravings. You understand? It mustn't be this thing. Okay, then you take herbal teas. Some herbal teas are very good. When we talk about herbal tea, don't say, where will I go and get green tea? Where will I go and get this tea? You have all of them around you. I teach my people, pawpaw leaf is a tea, is green leaf. You can cook it and drink, it's green tea. You can cook your orange leaf and drink, it is green tea. All of them are green tea join. So whichever one you want to take, make sure you take moderately. Okay. So ginger is good for inflammation. Peppermint is good. I don't mean peppermint to the one children lick. I mean mint leaf. The malams. And one good thing about mint, after using it, you can plant it in your bucket and it will grow. And all these vegetables I mentioned, the blood tonic that is blooming in the bucket at the back of my house is actually a gift somebody gave me, a bunch of that thing over the years, and it has been growing. So you can do all that. Though we are not in garden or organic backyard gardening today. Let's go to what we have. And finally, I think you talked about what will worsen menopause. Did you talk about that?
No, those are the two questions I have.
Okay,
So
okay.
much.
I think I have also it. Okay.
Yes. You have done justice to the question. And I know a lot of people here, they are breaking a lot down and they are going to be working on it. Please don't just write them down. Write them, use them, share it with your loved ones. Sharing is caring. Let them be prepared for this stage as well. Thank you so much. As in a lot of things that she has said, and I will quickly go through them in case you're just joining again. She mentioned so many foods from our experience. She mentioned so many fruits as well and nuts. Some of them are yogurt. She mentioned flaxseed, sesame seed, legumes, lentils, chickpeas, beans, grains, brown rice are also good. We can incorporate all these fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardine, olive oil. We can replace our normal vegetable oil with olive oil, which is better than, or if you can make your coconut oil, like she mentioned earlier, is even the best. I can't remember buying coconut. I've never used my money to buy coconut oil. I know I've collected from my mom before, but since then I have been making my own coconut oil myself because I feel comfortable to eat what I know, how I make it, and the ingredients. So if you're not sure of the one you are buying, please, there is a way you can make it at home. Then you will be rest assured that you are eating healthy coconut oil. You can use your coconut oil to fry anything, to bake and all that. They are far better than those ones that we buy in the market. She also mentioned fiber-rich foods that they will also benefit men and women. She said we should be doing our exercise. You know, we at that level, from our experience, she shared a lot. And when we are going through that transition, let's embark on exercise that can actually activate our body, like skipping, she mentioned earlier, walking, especially walking in the morning when you will get jara of vitamin B to enrich your skin. In fact, this is a masterclass on its own. And if you are not writing anything down, though this is recorded, but you are missing because you might not want to watch it again because you are already here. You can feel I was there. I don't need to go back and watch it. You can rewatch this, write those things down in detail, follow them. You know, like someone she mentioned that has already prepared herself for that thing. Men should also be preparing themselves for that transition level. You don't have to look at it like it is woman thing. It is not. You have your own, we have our own. Unfortunately, so many people are now overplugging me. They're not talking about it enough for you to see the need to start improving your health with what you eat. Please, if you are here, there must be a change in what you are doing. Let me quickly use this opportunity to recognize the presence of some of our listener monitoring. Thank you so much. You've been here from the beginning, and we appreciate you. Moni, Sola, thank you for joining. We are happy to have you. Mina, Samina, thank you for joining. Mr. Adetunji, we recognize your presence, and we are happy to have you here. Madam Abivola, thank you so much for being supportive, for always being there, and for creating time to join us today. Like always, we really appreciate you. Grace, thank you so much. You've been here from the beginning. I know you're still listening. We appreciate you. I don't know if my co-host has another additional question for you. Please, Zainab, you have the mic. If you have any question for her before we go to the next speaker, please quickly ask. If our audience has any question, please put it in the comment, or you can unmute your mic and then ask your question. We are all here to learn and go home as if fortified with knowledge. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, first I would say Madam Reke blew me away with her look. When she said she was 50 something and she's actually looking 30 something, like I was properly blown away. I have to go and look at her picture again. And I'm like, oh, Sorry about the network. And then the depth of her knowledge, like the experience, what she's been through, and everything. Omo, I celebrate you, Mama. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for teaching us value. I've written so much down, and already I am preparing. I'm going to like start my dietary habits against menopause from now. Yes, I of course I do away with a lot of things normally, but this particular event, the values that you have shared has actually opened my eyes to a lot of new things. I celebrate you, ma. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, I only have a question. And my question is, you've mentioned the foods that, can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear from
All
my
right,
side.
thank you. You have mentioned the foods that can help to alleviate the symptoms of menopause. What are the foods that can trigger them? I know you mentioned some, but there would be others. Please enlighten us about those foods that can actually worsen the symptoms of menopause. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, madam. Okay, let me just so that we can go to some other things.
Please, you have to be very brief, like in 5 minutes.
Okay,
We
okay,
want to go
okay,
to the
okay.
next.
I can manage
Thank
my
you.
time. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, I think I've mentioned some of them while I was talking. Processed sugar, that is refined sugar, white sugar, whether it is brown or white, all those things, in a scam, they will tell you that it's brown sugar. That one is scam. There is just color. They are all the same thing. Okay, sugar that is not in the original form. I mean, is refined sugar. Okay, all of that white bread, whether brown bread, though, as far as it is made of wheat is the culprit, and other things they use for them. You can make your bread with oats. You can make your bread with other, whatever you can blend. Some use coconut to make their bread and their pastries. We are not going to that now, because those things, sugar, all those cereals, sugary cereals can really bring what do you call it, sugar spike in your blood, and mood wings will set in, weight gain and all that. Caffeine and alcohol, you should throw them into your waste bin. Caffeine, some people will tell you it doesn't matter. You see all these energy drinks, there's nothing like energy about them. They are just messing up the system. Okay, then spicy food, some people get worse with spicy food like chilies. You have to reduce some people may not know that that's what the problem. In fact, the main thing is to listen to your body, listen and know when you put something in your mouth, did it make you to feel worse? It might look good, so think about that too. Then processed meat, all the canned meat, bacon, sausages, all those unhealthy fats. Look at the acid test for fat. If it is not fruit, forget it. They will tell you, oh, it's canola, it is sunflower. They are all good, though. You can take them as seeds. But because of the high temperature they use in refining them, then you can see cancer causing agents in them and a whole lot of things. So forget about them. Go for your palm oil. If you listen, the Oyibo people came here and told us that our palm oil and coconut oil they are not good. And then they brought their own for us, and they will tag it that it's not good. They left all the things they are taking, and they will tell you that now it is snacks, it is cereal. And I heard that the people that really pushed that cereal were the cereal manufacturers, big time manufacturers that brought that thing in. You must take cereal as breakfast. So those things are wrong. Please go for cooked food, homemade food. Remove coffee, remove all those bread. Some people say, can I do without bread? Yes, you can do without bread. If you must not do, bake your own. Use other flour to bake your own. Or you use your potato is very good, especially sweet potato. I've written a whole lot of blog posts on potatoes recently. Sweet potato is good. It can replace yam is good, but don't eat it too much. So that's the much I want to say for now.
Thank you so much. She has
Much, ma.
answered that perfectly. I I quickly want to add something to that.
Okay.
Salt, sodium. If you must take salt, please make sure you're taking sea salt.
Yes, ma'am.
It is safer, yes, to use sea salt. You don't have to wait for that time before you start. Start now, as in just ditch that this processed salt we are always buying in the market. Even if it is Dangote or it's Matashe or it's this and that, you need sea natural salt. And the good thing is they are not that expensive. They are not expensive. So go for it. It's a good substitute for using sodium. They are better in our food. Zainab, the mic is yours. Our grandpa is here to give it to us back to back. Please introduce our next guest and let's move.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Reke, for all that information. They are very, very valuable. Thank you so much. We appreciate your presence and your intelligence. May your source never run dry. Okay, so I want to introduce our next speaker, of course, someone who is always here to support. He's a wellness coach, an addict, diet and lifestyle change advocate. He's also a researcher on nutrition and food as medicine, of course. He has helped several individuals to recover from various lifestyle diseases like hypertension, high blood sugar, high BP, diabetes, to mention but few. And he's not just doing all of this on his own, he's certified. He's a certified natural alternative medicine practitioner. He's also a creative writer and the author of the acclaimed wellness book, Eating to Live and Not to Die. If you have not read that book, please, you need to read it. Of course, Grandpa holds a bachelor degree in education and literature from the University of Benin. Benin is in Edo in Nigeria. Grandpa is full of wisdom and knowledge, experiences and everything. And whenever he's speaking, he brings all that to the table. You can't listen to Grandpa and not know that, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I need to change my eating habits. I need to eat this. I need to avoid this and all of that. And it's really a delight to welcome you once again to the stage this afternoon. Grandpa, God with emoji in the chat box. Please make it loud, make it loud, make it loud. Grandpa, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us once again this afternoon. The mic is yours, sir.
Thank you very much, Zainab. It's always a joy for me to be among you, among women, among ladies. Thank you very much, Madam Joku. You finished all I was hinted to talk about. I will just add few things. And then I think let me start with what men can do to help their wives, their partner. I know that's so you talk about, Romoke talk about Andropause.
Okay,
I'm
sir.
sure some men...
Maybe I should just give you all my questions so that you can just round it. Like, I know you have so much to say about this particular topic. So I'll just give you my questions. I have just 3 questions. So you just summarize it with everything that you want to say. Is that okay, sir?
Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so my first question is that you should enlighten us about your thoughts on the role of diet in managing the symptoms of menopause in both men and women, of course. Then the second one is to briefly tell us the dietary approaches of phytoestrogens and Mediterranean diets in relation to menopause. And then lastly, what are the natural remedy or food choices that you have found most effective from experience and from other people's experiences? That will be all, and I expect that, and I know that it's going to be value back to back. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Except the labels you put them, you just put some labels on them. Otherwise, Madam Joko has covered everything. You know, food preferences for managing menopausal symptoms. She covered them, except that you want me to mention specific foods. Yes, I will. But she also mentioned all of them. But what I want to say is, let me use my practical experience of helping my wife to navigate her menopause. Mrs. Njoku mentioned that what breaks marriages, some people never know that, is the onset of menopause destabilizes the woman. And the cooperation the man should give her is to change her diet. Diet change is the way out of menopausal symptoms. And I'll tell you that over the last 10 years, I've been able to stabilize my wife so that she doesn't experience all those menopause traumas like hot flashes, night sweat, and so on and so forth. Sex is one aspect of menopause that, let me call it is central, because if a woman suddenly stops being active in her sexual life, high blood pressure may set in. Sex helps a woman to relax, and when a woman relaxes, her blood vessels relaxes, and then she has less problem with high blood pressure and even the sugar level. I'm sure that you know that sex is a powerful exercise to reduce sugar level, to reduce blood pressure, and for specific food preferences to manage menopause. A man should actually sometimes help the woman, because if the woman's mood changes, if she begins to forget things, it is man's duty. I do more of managing the home most times. I can help her to prepare to cook. I can help her to cook. I can help her to prepare vegetables and so on and so forth. Now, the estrogen, what do they call the diet? The Mediterranean diet. I mean, don't go to Mediterranean anything. Let us talk about our Yoruba food, for instance. How can we use our diet, our Yoruba food, our Indian food? How can people in other climes help their women, help men? One, men don't have much problem with andropause, except they are careless with their food. Njoku talked about processed food. Processed food is what kills men. Actually, when you continue with processed food beyond the age of 30, I'm muted. Did I mute myself? Sorry. Please, where did you miss me? Where did you lose?
We're talking about how when a man eats processed food. I thought it was your network.
I don't. I just found out that I was automatically muted. I'm sorry for that.
It was very brief. So you were at the point where you were saying if a man eats processed food.
Yes, processed food is an enemy of both men and women when it comes to fertility. And let's say life is connected from the age of 1. For instance, last time we talked about if you start early. Now, I started earlier before my wife hit menopause. And because we started dieting early enough, she didn't even notice that she has gone beyond menopause. She was now in her post-menopause. But one thing that I knew very well was that the time of dryness actually caught her, and I began to worry. Madam Njoku says she uses coconut. But I'll tell you something. The secret to come out of dryness is actually eating foods like, she didn't mention date. You know, date palm is a powerful food that can lubricate the body. and then banana, and then we have our own vegetables that, like she mentioned, in Yoruba we have ewedu. In fish we have shawa, and you know the shawa is in this mackerel. No, it's not mackerel. It's sardine. Now, the very local food that is found in our local areas in all the countries of this world, the vegetables that have no classification. Right now, there is a fruit in season called agbalumo in Yoruba, odara in Igbo. Now, if you know how powerful that food is to help women control their hormones, you understand? The science will tell you that they don't have any name for it, or we will say we are ignorant. It is what is written. The educated black man has been fooled by what is written by professional writers. I have written for people like that, and they ask me research on this and present it. I present it persuasively so that you buy it. She also mentioned, Madam Jock mentioned about our oil. I was shocked when I began to discover that our palm oil is actually the best type of oil that contains less cholesterol. Some of them don't really have cholesterol. And this is what we should be using to make our body function properly. You see, by the time my wife hit 50, she has gone off dryness, vaginal dryness. Right now, she doesn't have vaginal dryness, and we are very close to 70. So, food that is local, let me call it natural food. Natural food in the sense that they are native to your body, they are native to your system. And I said processed food is poisonous because they introduce something else to your body. They can actually promote. She talked about dairy milk, and I see people buy these things and people glorify oats. Like for instance, I told us about the oat that is still cut and rolled. Now, nobody goes to the market to ask you, was this oat still cut or not? So I tell people not to patronize them, not to buy them. So if you want to promote your life, go natural. If you can never be wrong going natural. But even then, for women that already have hormonal imbalance from age 25, 30, because of their diet, just prepare yourself for some problems in menopause. But menopause can be reversed. Reversed in the sense that you go for natural food. For instance, you can use up to 4 vegetable types to cook your soup. You put bitter leaf, you put water leaf, you put shoko, you put ewedu. Who says you cannot combine okra with other vegetables to cook your soup? Because each of them contribute phytonutrients to your body. These are phytonutrients that are native, or they are natural to your body. And even when you come to people that are advocating eat your food according to your blood group, there are things you cannot avoid eating. For instance, a man must eat tomato, but eat it in a rate that is not too much. Manage your food sizes or your portion sizes. For women putting weight from menopause is strange to me because for 15 years, my wife has maintained a particular weight because we know the exercise she does, we know the portion of food she eats, we know the food she doesn't eat. So putting those ones together, for putting those things together are essential to managing your weight. Now, let me tell you the role of these foods is that it makes everything easier. For me, diet or nutrition is everything. Nutrition is everything. And nutrition is like what you read, what you study, what you take, and what you watch. When a woman is more positive because she thinks wholesome thoughts, like Madam Njoku said, my spirit affirmation, what I confess to myself, I call it self-talk. Talk to yourself. You talk to yourself as a woman that, look, this body is not created to be tormented. This body is created to eat balanced food. Then intuitively, you can actually know the things that do not augur well for you. Check what you eat. Check what didn't do you well. If you eat something and you bloat, then that thing is not for you. Do you understand? If you eat anything that doesn't help you, that thing is not for you. To man, the key areas, the key things to manage menopause. One of them, she mentioned it like water. If you can, in fact, you can splash water on your body. That hot flashes will cease. Just deliberately splash water on yourself and then tell yourself that I am not sick. Menopause is not sickness. Omega-3. In fact, the problem we have is that even those who are educated do not know, do not study well. They do not do research. We research everything. Sometimes my wife will go to Google and she will come and meet me and say, I read this, and I'll say, okay, this is not okay. What you read, probably, I will not give her the complete perspective to that type of thing. You know, fiber-rich food, yes. If you attain menopause, then make sure you do not allow yourself to constipate. Move your bowel every day. Some people are hypertensive because they will say, oh, you know, I'm menopause, I'm hypertensive. It's because you are not moving your bowel. You are not moving your bowel. You are lacking fiber in your food. So go for those fruits, go for those vegetables, go for those things that promote going to the toilet. Then the thing that is very important I need to mention right now is during menopause or when you grow older, your bones become thin. Your bones become brittle, become fragile. So eat foods that will make them dense, like vegetables. Eat them a lot so that your bone density cannot diminish. Then calcium, yes, will deplete. You have less calcium. You can boost that by eating fermented food like yogurt. I mean, there are strange names I see in yogurt. Yogurt is when you have sugar, food is processed food. You must avoid processed food. And then, I don't know, I'm told that some women drink alcohol. Though I'm here to investigate that. After having children, in fact, when you are having children, the only alcohol I will permit a woman is what we call stout. You understand? She has mentioned flaxseed and other seeds, which is the phytoestrogen food that our sister Zainab is talking about. Phytoestrogens, they are foods that are plant-based, which are flax seeds and the other seeds. In Nigeria here, please go for our groundnut. Groundnut is good for women to not dry up. If a woman eats sizable handful of groundnut, her vaginal dryness will stop. Try it and come and greet me next day and come and thank me. Then let me give you some natural tips you may probably like. Change your diet, please. Immediately you notice that you are approaching menopause, change your diet. Go for herbal teas. Herbal teas, like she mentioned, guava leaf is okay. In fact, guava leaf can help you keep your sugar level steady. Mango leaf tea. All our leaves at least pluck them and use them. You'll be surprised. I'm told that regular exercise, stress management, nobody should even be stressed. Then if anyone, I'm researching on agbalumo. Agbalumo is a powerful sleep medicine. If you have problem with your sleep, let me give you a challenge this night. Eat 5 agbalumo 1 hour before bed, and you will sleep like a baby, and you thank me tomorrow. So let me stop here. Reke has finished all the things I wanted to talk about dieting. So thank you very much, and God bless you.
Wow. Apparently, she did not finish everything because you just did justice to everything you said. Thank you so much. In all, if it is not working for you, just change it. If you're eating something and your system is telling you, no, this is not, I don't want this, just stop it and figure out what works. Eat from all of these things that has been listed, the ones that you eat and works for you, you want to stick to them. And the ones that do not work for you, you can just, avoid them totally. Thank you so much, sir. I'm not seeing any question from the audience. I've not seen any. Please, if you have any question in the audience, kindly, type them in the in the comments, or unmute your mic and ask so that our speakers can do justice to them. Madam Romoke, I don't know if you have anything to say, but
Yeah.
I believe that a
Hello,
lot.
good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon.
Yeah,
Question,
well done,
yeah.
sis. So the question I want to ask is about cereal. I heard you talk about cereal and how bad it is for our health. So I want to know, for children, this is the current food that they eat now. We introduce them apart from pap and all, and my kids take it very well. So I want to know, is it good for kids, or is it something you should cut off from their diet too?
Okay. Grandpa, do you want to take that? Okay, Grandpa is ready.
Yes. Let me tell you something about those cereals. My son had problem with cereal. It was in my days of working as a working class person, as a professional, and I didn't want the mother to bother herself with all our local things. So if you know all the cereals that you buy for children, baby milk, Nutrient, I don't know, I've forgotten all their names. So I stocked all of them, and he was feeding on them, and he now started stooling. He had this protracted diarrhea-like stomach problem, and he was passing stool that are greenish, slimy, and my wife continued in. We had a maternal hospital, and they continued treating this child. One day, somebody came to our house and said, "Yeah, this person, take this child to the local health center near us there." We never were using health centers because we thought there are places people that don't know much go to. So she got there, and this typical mama came out, who has been in the midwifery and nursing things for a long time. He looked at her, looked at the paper. He called her and he said, "Go and give him Ogibaba. Start giving him Ogibaba." That was the first time we heard that Ogibaba. So she got home, and she's an implementer. She's fast. She waited for me to come back. In fact, before I came back, she had made the Ogibaba. And I didn't like the smell. I didn't like the appearance. But do you know that this child, within 24 hours, the stooling stopped? So please, if you can, stop cereal that are processed. In fact, cereals are not even just processed. They are what do I say? They are processed and processed again because they come out from materials. We call them ultra processed. So please, as much as possible, stop giving your children what they call it, na cocoa pop. I fight my children. I fight my son and the wife that don't give my grandchildren cocoa pop. Don't give them cereal. Don't give them all these so-called cornflakes. Don't give them Indomie. They have defeated Indomie. They can't cook Indomie for them. Do you understand? So please take time to cook for your children. Prepare their food ahead. Make ogibaba for them. Like in my house right now, I'm a naturalist. My wife makes ogibaba. For us, the adults, the menopausal or andropausal people, we grind our products for ogibaba and we do not filter. We put everything and we eat. And my daughter has come to begin to join us. She said, Mommy, that you will keep for me. Do you understand me? So we have what it takes to maintain our children, and they won't have problem. Listen, now, if your children are girls and you are giving them cereal right now that have manufactured food because they are faster to prepare, are you not preparing them for fibroid in future? Are you not preparing them for hormonal imbalance in future? That is what we are doing. I'm treating a man right now. He saw my book in Asaba Airport. He read it and told me he wanted 10 copies. And then he said, my daughter is having stomach problem. So I gave him colon cleanser. We have a preparation that is bitter. And this child started taking it. And this child will soon come out of that problem that has been treated in the hospital for a long time. So please, no to cereal. Yes to gibaba. Yes to our natural foods. Please, yes to them. Don't say they waste me time. Go and get somebody who can make for you in your church or in your mosque, in your community. Let them do this thing for these children. Please stop giving them cereal. They are not good for them because you'll be preparing them for something in future that you will not like. Okay, let me stop here.
Thank you so much, sir. I want to believe that. Grandpa,
I want to add something.
okay. Let me quickly add something as well. I'll hand it to my once I'm done. Okay, so I just want to share a brief story about this ogi thing that Grandpa said. So I was experimenting on my own. I didn't want to add sugar to my children's ogi anymore. So I soaked the ogi, and on the day that I wanted to meal, I peeled sweet potato and I milled it. Well, of course, I added clove and all of those spices. So I milled it with the ogi just to experiment, and the outcome was fantastic. You can also add dates, add everything, and you realize that you don't even need sugar, and your children are going to tolerate this thing so well. In fact, when it was almost
Beautiful.
finished, my children are like, "Mommy, please make another one." I said, "Really? I will like it." So, thank you so much, Grandpa. Mina, I want to believe that you've gotten one or two things. Maroma, okay, you want to add something? Please go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. We're cutting on sugar, so we need more things that we can do instead of taking this processed sugar. Thank you so much. And I just want to add to what Grandpa said about those processed cereal and all that. Another one is granola. You can believe it is oat, but it is not safe because it has been processed. So granola is still part of what Grandpa is talking about that is not good. You can substitute with this Tom Brown. There is a way you can combine these seeds together and grind them together. So you can put your gibaba, you can put yellow corn, you can add dates, you can add granules. When you mill it together, you will see that even your children are going to like it more than all these cereals. Because the taste and then the health benefit of it is superb. Then we are looking for fast food. There are ways we can actually cook without wasting time. Add akara to their breakfast. As in, at times, moi, all these things are more healthier than all these cereal and all these fast food that we are looking for to give them so that they can quickly go to school. So we can do it. You can grind your akara a night before and then you just fry it. It's still fast. You can grind your moi moi a night before, and then these are nutritious food that we can substitute for this experience. That's what I would just wanted to add. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, oh yes, we did. Thank you so much. Sister Mina, I
Thank you
hope
very
your
much.
question has been answered.
Yes, it has been answered. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Stamina has twins, so I know it can be very, very, challenging to do all that. But the moment you get a hang of it, it becomes easier. That's the truth. It becomes easier. You can even make the pap overnight, keep it in their flask, and in the morning it's still hot. Like, if not scalding hot, but it's still hot enough for them. So may God be ease our affairs as mothers, but whatever we do now, of course, we will eventually meet it in them in the future. So it's important. Thank you so much. I don't know if there's any
Yes.
other question.
Egg is another fast food you can give them in the morning. Be it boiled egg or you just fry it a little. They're going to love it, and it's very, very fast. It's fast,
Yes,
it's healthy,
yes.
and it's something you can use to at least help them to prepare them for a better future.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mama. Thank you so much for asking that beautiful question. So, if there's anyone in the audience you have question, please go ahead. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to see, but there are no more questions in the comment section. Okay, so I'm going to ask Madam Reke to give us our final thoughts. Then Grandpa can give us his final thoughts so that we can round up the event, if that's okay. You can also tell us if you have any offer while you are doing the final thoughts thing. Thank you so much, Madam Angel. The mic is yours, ma'am.
Okay, thanks a million, sir. We appreciate you so much for all that you have given to us. Okay, for my final thoughts, what are you going to do now? Are you going to spread the word around? Are you going to practice what you've learned? So that's just part of it. And remember that menopause is not an end of your vibrancy. It's just the beginning of a great time. Okay, and then remember that whatever you've learned here today, it is time to put it to practice. With lifestyle changes, making the right choice of food, and then experimenting, listening to your body, staying active, and being kind to yourself, like Daddy said, self-talk, affirmation. Don't feel guilty, even if you've been doing it wrongly. Don't just allow guilt to eat you up. Just do what believe that you can now and begin to do it. Forgive yourself. Okay. And then look for support. Don't just stay alone. Ask questions. Like some of us that came in here, I learned a lot from our daddy and from all the speakers, even from the questions asked. So don't hide yourself. Don't feel ashamed that this is happening to you. Ask questions and you will see people support you. God bless you. Thank you very much for having me.
Wow, what a beautiful way to round up. Thank you so much. And those questions, the moment each individual is able to answer, what do you want to do with this information? Answer those questions genuinely, and you will realize that you're able to use this information effectively. Thank you so much, Mama. You have done us a great deal of justice. I mean, the questions and everything. Thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate the values that you have given us this evening. Grandpa, please, the mic is yours, sir. Give us your final thoughts. And if you have any offer, please, this is the time, sir, to let us know about it.
Okay, thank you very much. I just have few words for us, for the ladies. Please leave red meat alone. I know a lot of ladies we tell you that doctors say they can eat red meat. Please don't eat it. Just focus on food that can make you move your bowel freely. In fact, take care of your gut health. A woman's health, revolves around her gut health. Mind what you eat. Have regular bowel movement. Then remember the early morning sun. Don't miss it. Don't miss early morning sun. Please, less of sweet mouth, like those mothers that Mrs. Njok mentioned that love biscuit. Please watch your stomach. If you're well in your stomach, you are well all the time. Don't forget your water. That's the last thing. Drink up to 3. You can't drink too much water if you're a lady. And start as early as possible. God bless you all. See you next time. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Drink plenty of water. Drink 3 liters. As I am now, I think I've taken 2 liters. I don't know if I can take up to 3 liters, so that I'm actually trying. It's a start. Like when you start, it will be a bit you feel like you're doing so much, but eventually yourself gets used to it, that even if you're not taking up to that amount of water, you feel like something is missing. So the time to start is now. So as a woman, you're not yet in that menopausal age, you've not gotten to that phase, you don't have to wait till you do. Start practicing healthy dietary habits from now. Thank you so much, our amazing speakers. We appreciate you. Mamro Moke, please, the mic is yours for your last final thoughts.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Reke. Thank you, Grandpa. In fact, they are giving us premium values. We really appreciate you. I would just like to mention this important consideration. With everything that we have learned today, with everything that we have written down, and then the fantastic question Mrs. Njoku had, what are you going to do with this information? Like I said when I started my presentation today, I said, don't just learn these things, start implementing them. You see, the only way you can get benefit from this is when you implement, when you take action on it. Please, let's answer this question truthfully to ourselves and start doing this thing the right way. My consideration that I want to quickly add to this is to help yourself to incorporate these foods into your diet. You need a well-planned food timetable. This will help you to refocus on the foods that matter. It will help you to get used to good food. So it's not something that you can gamble or pick once in a while. You know what they say about consistency? It is what you are consistently doing that will actually have impact in your health, impact in your life. So if you want to get this right, you need a well-planned food timetable to help yourself, to help your family. So if you want to get that, you can get it from a dietitian, understand these things. I can call myself one of them. Let's talk about this. And then you will be able to follow through on these foods that matter. Another one is supplements. I know a lot of people that just see supplements online, and because Romoke always talk about using supplements, they go for it and they buy. It's not all supplements you see online that you can buy. You need someone to guide you on what to take. And what I mean by guide is, it is not all supplements that you actually need. So why not a kind of a consultation to know what your body will need before you start on your journey on supplements. Supplements is very, very good. It has actually helped me with my journey, but you don't just take anyhow supplements. Take the ones that are beneficial for you. If we are able to implement, we incorporate all these dietary strategies into our healthy lifestyles, we are going to effectively manage all these andropausal, menopausal symptoms, and we'll be able to live our best life. And it all begins now. If you want a result that you actually want, you have to start the planning. Because there is a saying that he who fails to plan has already planned to fail. So let's take our health seriously. Let's do the right thing. Change our mindset. Talk positively to ourselves and take action. Thank you so much for having me. I am Romoke Polisa Adeyemi. If you have not gotten my book, Healing with 10 Superfoods, now you Sabio, because most of these things are there in that book. How to use them to heal, to reverse different kind of health issues, to stay healthy and stay on point on food that you are eating. You are missing a lot. So thank you so much for joining us, all our wonderful audience, our amiable speakers, my beautiful co-hosts, and I can't thank you enough because we can't do this alone. When you are here with us, we know that, yes, we are doing something. Imagine I'm the only one here speaking to myself, and at the end of the day, what did I get? Nothing, because I will just be talking to an empty void and nothing will come out of it. So thank you so much for taking our time to join us. And I say enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much and bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for that beautiful farewell note, Ma'am Romoke. Once again, I appreciate Madam Reke Njeku, Grandpa Godwin. Thank you for always coming through with value. Thank you so much. The beautiful audience, our staff